Hello everyone and welcome back to Baited Gaming. My name is Joe and today we're going to start a brand new Let's Play series. Today we are playing Final Fantasy II on the Gameboy Advance. Obviously this is a remake of the game which was originally released on the Nintendo. Unfortunately never really made it to the US. It was kind of like a patchy, weird, half-translated version that did make it to the US. However, it was re-released on the GBA along with Final Fantasy I and a Dawn of Souls version, and that's what we're going to be playing today. So we've already named our characters and gotten into the game. So pretty much what's going on is your typical Final Fantasy storyline where there's a very tyrannical empire beating up on the villagers finally rebel, and now they are rebelling against the said empire. So our village was attacked. We lived in the city of Finn and it was attacked by the empire. We tried to defend it and ourselves and ended up getting destroyed by a few Black Knights. So we were thought to be dead, but however we were rescued here by the Princess of the Rebellion, Queen of the Rebellion, whatever she is. Her name's Hilda, and the White Mage Minwu, who is basically her advisor, and they are part of the rebellion. So they've rescued us and have brought us to the city of Altair, which is basically the rebellion hideout. So that's where our story begins. So this Minwu White Mage has sensed a strong force within us and has saved us from the Dark Knights and brought us to Altair. So we're going to regain our consciousness and look for our companions. So Hilda and Minwu are going to head off to a meeting in the quote-unquote throne room for now and leave me to finish healing on my own. Apparently they thought that leaving me on a stone slab in the middle of a stone floor was a good idea, and I'm just gonna get up. But I mean, it worked, so whatever. So so my character, which I've named it for myself, is gonna get up and look around, looking for his companions, and head out of the room. And we're gonna meet up with our first party members, which are the spellcaster. Well, we're gonna make her a spellcaster. Her name's Het, and our other friend Jessie. But we lost one of our party members, so in the beginning of the game we get to name 4 characters, and it seems that the 4th person, his name is Jim, has gone missing, and we don't know where he is, but we're gonna group up together and try and go talk to the Princess Hilda now. So pretty much what we're talking to her about is that we want to join the rebellion because they've destroyed our city, and we want to help out because they saved our lives. So they want us to join the rebellion. She's like, no, you can never allow such a thing. Like, you're just children, you don't know anything of battle, you'd be throwing your lives away, so just go home. But unfortunately we don't really have a home to go to, so the empire has taken everything from us and we have nothing. So what we're going to be introduced here is a interesting mechanic in this game, which is the ask and learn. So you have to talk to key members, key NPCs throughout the game and learn passwords. So for example, like, we're going to learn the Wild Rose password right now. That's going to go to a text inventory, and now we have to use these words in order to progress the story points of the game. So now she's given us the Rebel password so that we can use Rebel facilities while we're here in Altair. So we're going to first we need to change a couple things. B button dash on, message speed 4. This way we can just speed things up a little bit. And we're going to change our formation up, change some equipment. We're going to get rid of this bow. We don't want that. And that's fine. Okay, so we're going to head out. And so you can see we're moving a lot faster now with the B button dash on. We're going to just equip ourselves with a couple items. So we're going to head over to the armor shop real quick. Grab a couple shields for everybody. So we're going to buy 2 shields real quick. Ooh, not 8. 2. Okay, we're going to equip those onto Het and Jessie because they need shields. Now another interesting mechanic that this game has is, I will show you here in a moment, is if you go into status, you can see if the character in question is right-handed or left-handed. So all of our characters are right-handed, so if we place the shield in the left hand and the weapon in the right hand, they'll actually do more damage that way. So you have to keep that in mind because there are a few left-handed characters in the game. Alright, so now we need to go get a weapon for Het, because bows are terrible in this game, so we need to get her a sword. So we're going to have her use swords. So we'll grab one more sword, equip that onto Het, So now, another interesting mechanic in this game is the way that every character in the game can use any weapon and any armor. However, it's how often that you use those particular weapons and armor that determines how proficient you are with them. Same goes with spells. So we're going to buy the Blizzard Tome here, and Hat's going to be our main spellcaster. She's going to be like a bit of a battle mage. So we're going to go into our items here, use the Blizzard Tome, and that'll teach you the spell Blizzard. So now every spell that you learn starts at level 1, and the more that you use it, it will level up. So as we're walking to our next destination points, we're going to be using our spells in order to level them up, because there are going to be a few bosses coming up that require you to do ice damage. So now that we've got our items and we're all set up, let me just make sure we got everything on. Okay. So now the reason that we're using swords and shields on everybody rather than using 2 weapons is because shields, when you level them up, give you evasion rate, and evasion rate obviously gives you defensive stats of evasion, so it makes the enemies less likely to hit you. But it also makes it to where it is easier for you to run from battles. So we definitely want everyone to level up their evasion so that if there are battles we need to run from, we can run from them. So now our destination is we're going to go head back to our main city of Fynn, where we originally were and were attacked by the Black Knights, and we're going to try and sneak in there and get some information now that we have the rebel password. So we're going to be fighting everything pretty much along the way so we can level up our Blizzard spell and our weapon proficiencies a little bit. Most of these enemies are really easy, if they would actually hit. So yeah, you'll be seeing me, I'm playing this game with a controller on the computer and emulator, so you'll be seeing me speed up the combat a lot, because the combat can be slow in this game. So we're going to pass by that city. That city has pretty much the same weaponry and magic that the city of Altair does, but so it's pretty much useless to us. We don't need to go there. Okay, so we're just going to keep walking towards the city of Fynn. So now what we're trying to do is we're trying to find a way to get the Princess Hilda to let us become part of the rebellion, and we think that the only way to do that is to go to the city of Fynn and see if there are any rebellion sympathizers that are sticking around. So just mosey along, just attacking. So a lot of these guys have really low HP. I think they're like 7, 8 HP. So yeah, we hit them for 6, and 2 of them died right off the bat. So our weapon attacks are a little bit of overkill. But as you can see, I just keep on killing them. So this is the city of Fynn. Now it is actually separated by the town and the castle. So you have to walk into the town part to get to the town part. And if you want to get into the castle, you have to actually walk into the castle part. Okay, so we just got our Blizzard level to level 2, so now we'll be doing a little bit more damage, but now it also costs 2 MP rather than 1. Okay, so now we've reached the city of Fynn, and you can see like these purple guys, they are Imperial soldiers, and they, if you talk to them, will recognize you as rebellion sympathizers and will attack you, and they will kill you in 1 hit. They are very, very powerful, so we want to avoid them at all costs. And yes, in this town you get into random encounters, because apparently the Empire allows monsters and leg eaters to roam freely in the city. Okay, so we're gonna head over to the bar, which we have to sneak around the backside of it and head over here. So we're gonna go into the pub after we fight these hornets. Ooh, Hat's low health, we gotta alleviate that. And so yeah, there are a lot of status effects that the enemies do in this game, and poison is one of them. Now, I don't know what the actual mechanic is for poison and such staying on a character, but some status effects stay with you after combat and some of them go away. Like, see, Jesse doesn't have poison on him anymore, so it's gone away after the combat. Alright, so we're going to head into the pub, and we're going to go talk to this bartender behind the back, and give him the Wild Rose password, and says, he's like, oh, you guys are with the rebels. There's a secret door behind the wall, and there's a wounded soldier, so can you go take a look for me? I won't tell anybody that you're here. So he disappears, and we're going to go through this secret passage in the wall and grab a couple items in the chests. So we grab a potion, and potion, and we're going to talk to this guy in the bed. So he's asking if we're going to turn him over to the Empire, and if we are, then we should just kill him first. And he's like, I don't want them to take me alive. So we're going to tell him that we're with the rebels by telling him the Wild Rose password. And he's like, huh? You're rebel soldiers? He's like, and then he tells us that he is the Prince of Kashuan, who is one of the main centers of the rebellion. He's badly wounded, and everyone thinks that he's already dead, that he fell in battle. But he's very wounded, and like he's probably not going to make it. Yeah, even he says it right there. He's like, I'm not going to make it much longer, but I ask a favor of you. Tell my brother Gordon that he has great strength, and he has to have faith for himself. And also, please tell the king that the reason Finn fell so quickly is that Count Borgans betrayed us, and he's part of the Imperial army now. And also, tell Hilda that I love her. And then he's like, no, actually, don't tell her that. Like, it would just be too painful for her to know that a dying man had affections for her. And Hat is looking for Jim, but unfortunately, Scott has no idea where Jim could be. Doesn't know who this person is. So he gets out of bed and gives us his ring to show to Hilda, who is the leader of the current leader of the rebellion. And unfortunately, Scott's going to fall down on the ground and pass away. So now we have his ring in our possession, and he has disappeared from the face of the earth. So we're going to go ahead back to Hilda and relay all these messages that Scott just gave us. So we're going to head out of here. But first we need to drop a heal onto Hat real quick. Okay, so we'll heal her up and we'll head back to the city of Altair. So we're going to head back to the secret passage. We're going to avoid all these Imperial soldiers, and we're going to head out of the city to the right here. Okay, and now we just follow the river, or lake, whatever this is, back to the city of Altair. And same thing, along the way we'll just be leveling our weapons and stuff. We're out of that MP, so we're just going to kind of level all of our swords now. And again, I'm going to try and speed through combat as best as I can, because I know combat can be boring. However, when we get to the boss fights, we'll take those at real speed. So we've leveled our sword and shield, so that gives us more attack, more hits per turn, and the shield gives us more evasion and better chance to run away from combat. So we're going to head over the bridge here, keep fighting everything as we go. And the more hits that you take also, the more HP that you get. So that's why it's also good to be in the front row, because if you're in the front row, you can get hit by melee attacks. But if you are in the back row, you are actually immune to melee attacks. They do no damage unless you're the only person alive. So continue along the river here, over the bridge. And back into the city of Altair. So the first thing that we're going to do now that we're back in the city is we're going to go visit the armor again, see how much money we have. Yeah, see if we can get some more armor for us. We're going to get some leather caps, some leather gloves, and that's it for now. And we're going to go ahead and equip those using the optimal. Okay. And we're going to head back to the magic shop, because there's a couple more spells that we need to get. So we're going to get a fire tome, and we're going to get a cure tome, and a thunder tome. And those are all going to go on Hat. She's going to be our main spellcaster. So cure tome for Hat, fire tome for Hat, thunder tome for Hat. And then the cool thing about this game is that you can actually reorder the magic, and I'm a pretty big stickler on that. So I want my fire, blizzard, thunder in that order, and then all my damage spells on the left and all my white magic on the right. I don't know why, I just have to have it that way. Keep it organized for myself. Alright, so then we're going to stay in the inn real quick, recover all of our HP and MP. So speed through that. And then we're going to head into the main base of the rebels and go talk to Hilda. So we're going to show her the ring, and she's going to recognize it immediately that it did belong to Scott, and unfortunately we're going to give her the message that he has passed away. So she's going to mourn for a little bit, and we're going to let Hilda know that he did not say anything, but the ring does belong with her. And she tells us to keep it because it suits men of courage, and she's going to allow us to join the rebellion. So what she wants us to do is figure out if we can get some Mithril, because we need to strengthen the weapons of the rebellion if we're going to be able to overthrow the Empire at some point. Okay, so we're going to talk to Minwu. We're going to... Oh, hold on, we got to talk to her again. So we're going to ask her about the Mithril, and she's going to tell us that a man named Joseph in the town of Salamand was tasked with finding the Mithril, but he's been out of contact for a while. So we're going to take the white mage Minwu, go to Salamand, and search for this man Joseph. Now the main thing that we're getting from him is a canoe. So we're going to get a canoe from him, so this way we can go over lakes now. Okay, so Minwu joins the party, and he's a very, very powerful white mage. He comes with a lot of white magic and a lot of MP. But we are going to unequip his staff. We're going to remove that, and we're going to go get him a shield. So we're going to sell a few things and then grab him a shield before we head out. So our next destination is we're going to go over the lake to the city of, I think it's Paloom. There's like two that are similarly named. So we're going to buy a buckler for Minwu. And equip him with that. And then we're going to take his copper cirrus, which is good for spellcasters. Remove that and give that to Hat. Okay, so we are going to head out and head north to the city of Paloom, which is very, very close to here. So now that we can go over these lakes in the canoe, it makes things a lot easier for us. So we got ambushed by these hornets, but that's not a big deal. Just keep casting Blizzard. We need to level that up. It's our main priority at this point. It's just getting Blizzard to like level 3 or level 4 before we get to the turtle boss. Turtle boss is weak to ice, and we need to make sure that we can do lots of damage to it. And also we need to make some money along the way, because we're going to need new items and all that good stuff. So now in the city of Paloom here, there is a ferry service that takes us to the next city. However, we're just going to walk it. But before we go, I want to check the magic shop and see if there's anything else that we need. Hey, Jim.
What's up?
And so we have the spells of Blink, Protect, and Shell, which we're going to need all of those at some point in the game, but we don't need them currently because Minwu is super strong and carries them already. So we're going to leave this city and we're going to head northeast to the next city, which is, I believe the name of it is Poft. But we're just going to walk and level our spells along the way.
Playing Final Fantasy II.
Yeah, this is Final Fantasy II. So we're going to just speed through combat because combat is slow in this game. But thankfully for frame skip, and thanks for emulators. Okay, so once we get to Poft, we're going to check the magic shop again, see if there's anything else in there that we need before we get to the town of Salamand. Okay, so just go through combat. Minwu's leveled up his shield and is unarmed, so he's going to be actually do more damage with his fists. And his shield level's gone up, so that'll provide him with more evasion, which will make it easier for us to run from combat. Okay, so we are running out of MP pretty quickly, but that's okay. So we're out of MP now, so we're just going to end up leveling our weapons, which is fine. We need them leveled up for more damage anyway. So this is the city of Poft, and we're going to check the city here for any items that we may need. But we want to save most of our money because we're going to be getting Mithril weapons very, very soon. Now, let me make sure I didn't have any poison status. Nope, we're good. So this is the town of Poft, a very small town. We're just going to check the magic shop real quick before we head out. If I can remember where it was. Nope, that was not where it is. Okay, let's try up in the north here. It's the armor shop. Where the frick is the magic shop here? I mean, I probably walked right by it. Didn't even see it. Weapon shop, bet you it's up the stairs. Yep, there it is, magic shop. Okay, so they have the blink, protect, and shell. So we definitely want to get the blink tome. That's one of the more important ones. It's kind of like an evasion tome, like gives you mirror images to make it so that enemies have a harder time of hitting you. So we're gonna equip that onto Hat. Yes, I named her Hat, Jim. Nothing. And then we're gonna continue on our way to the city of Salamand, which is up in the north through the snow. I probably should have stayed in the inn because we need our MP back, but oh well, didn't do it. So just kill this bird real quick and then move on. So up in the north here is the city of Salamand, and we are looking for a man named Joseph. Now I guess we're out of spells, but we really want to fight this soldier with spells because he has a very high armor rate. But he still died in one round because we've been fighting the entire way. So we're gonna head into the inn just to get our MP and such back. Okay, grab that, and then we gotta go into, I think it's one of these buildings here. Nope. That's a shrine that if one of our characters die, we can get them revived at. But hopefully none of our people do die. Yeah, so this is Joseph. And we're going to ask him about Mithril. And he's going to be like, you know, I haven't found any, but I do have a few leads, but I don't want to share my information with strangers. Like, you're going to have to prove who you are. Like, there's a bunch of people in the Semitt Falls that are being, like, enslaved and forced to work there, and like, if we can rescue them, then he'll talk to us. So that's our next destination. We're gonna head over to the Semitt Falls. But first, again, as always, check the magic shop for anything that we may need if we have any money to do so. I believe it's over here. Yep. So just check real quick. This has the life sap, warp, and teleport tomes. Now we're gonna want these at some point because warp and teleport is the most important one. Because teleport, you can just leave dungeons immediately, and that seems good to us. So as well as warp is kind of like teleport, except you just teleport you back a floor. So if you don't want to leave dungeons completely, you can just go through the go back one floor. Okay, so we're gonna fight this soldier real quick. Now we need to conserve a bit of our MP because when we get to the boss, we're gonna need to use magic damage to kill it. So probably shouldn't have killed it with that, but we're gonna take that potion. And we're going to head to the west and go to Semitt Falls. Now, Semitt Falls is around this mountain to the west, and we have to go south over the lake and down the river. So just fight these guys real quick. Okay, so we got more sword and shield level increases. The more the better. More damage, more evasion. So keep on going. These Sasquatches, they look dangerous, but they die in one hit, just pretty much like everything else. So we're going to head into the river here and just follow the river down to the Semitt Falls, which is this cave just to the east of us. Okay, so we're going to head inside and try and find these trapped workers. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for these workers that are being enslaved by the Imperials. So just mosey along. We're going to try and grab most of the chests as we go, because they do have some relevant items for us. Oh, that's a dead end. Oh, saw one in the bottom right there. And now, none of the enemies are particularly dangerous in here. Like, they all die in one hit and don't do a lot of damage in return. So we're just going to be auto-attacking for the most part. And we do want to fight most everything in here, because we want levels, we want EXP, and we want mostly weapon experience. That's what we're really here for, weapon and shield experience. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm just having Minwoo punch things. It's because Minwoo's not going to be with us for very long, and his damage is pretty irrelevant. Okay, so we're getting ambushed by this soldier here. He has an ability called Bow 1, which ignores armor and does damage, just basically true damage. So we want to. He's pretty dangerous. We want to kill him rather quickly. All right, so we're on the second floor here. Just keep on moving along. So we just need to find these enslaved workers and get Joseph to spill the beans on where this Mithril is. Okay, so we'll keep heading north. Okay, grab the chest. So we get a potion. Potions are always helpful. They conserve us MP and all that good stuff. Eye drops, very, very helpful. Blind actually works in this game as opposed to most Final Fantasy games. So when you're blinded, you have a very, very, very low chance to hit, and if you do hit, you'll do reduced damage. So eye drops are pretty important in that regard. Okay, so just keep killing things, leveling up as we go, and then we don't have to worry about our HP because we have Minwu, who can just heal everybody to full in one shot, and he's got quite a bit of MP to use. Oh, so these slimes, they require you to hit them with magic damage, but we're just going to run away because we don't want to waste our magic at this point because we need it for the boss fight. Okay, so we've got a high potion, it's good, and now we're faced with multiple doors here, and I don't remember which one it is. I think it's the far left. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So when you are faced with those multiple door situations, if you go into the wrong door, you'll be usually greeted by a group of monsters, and you have to fight like 3 sets of them before you're let out of the room. So thankfully we picked the right one on the first try, and we get to keep going. So let's head down here and see what's here. So just keep fighting all these random battles. Okay. 200 gil. Money is always welcome. We need quite a bit of money. This is going to be a long fight. 2, 3, 4. Alright, actually it went faster than I thought. Minwu was doing quite a bit of damage with his punches. Hey, we got an extra potion. So there's 3 doors to the top there. Wow, holy crap. Another 8 mob formation. But thankfully they don't really hit that hard, and we do quite a bit of damage already. So we got an axe and shield increase for Jesse, and there was an evasion increase for Minwu. Oh, and we've reached the workers, and we're gonna say that we're here to rescue you. So this is Nelly, and we found the Mithril, but unfortunately these people were caught while they were finding the Mithril, and said that it's further up the cave. So we're gonna tell them to get the heck out of here, and we'll take care of the Imperial soldiers within the cave here. So we'll keep on moving to the 4th floor, and we get a cool preemptive strike. Okay, head over the bridge, grab a chest, fire tome. Now, since we already know the fire spell on Hat, we're going to hold on to that tome, because if they are used in combat, they actually cast level 7 versions of the spell. We're going to run away. Yeah, we don't want to fight the slimes. Slimes are just really annoying. Okay, so we'll head north. Should be another chest over here. Fight, 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 fight. Keep attacking. Okay, so we got HP increases across the board. And no, we found stairs, but I don't think we want the stairs just yet. Yeah, I think I missed something. Yeah, whatever. We'll go in. Okay. Okay, we don't want any of those doors. That's not what we want. Okay, so we got strength increase for more damage. It's good. Gonna head across this long bridge. And another 8 monster formation. Thankfully, they all die in one hit for the most part. So we got more unarmed increases, which are good. Need to heal Hat when I get out of combat. Just at 19 health. Okay. So we're gonna have Minwu just heal everyone up real quick. And I think there's a chest up to the right here. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think there's a monster in the chest too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, teleport tome, and there's a monster in a box, land turtle. So now this is a guy that is weak to blizzard. But so yeah, we're just going to cast Blizzard on him because, as you can see, he has very high defense and all of our physical attacks do 0 to it. So, and then a big 260 from Blizzard. So, yeah. And hey, we got to Blizzard level 3, so that was actually very, very useful. So now we have the Teleport Tome. So we're going to put that onto Het. We're going to switch our magic around now. And put Teleport underneath there. So now Teleport's going to be able to get us out of dungeons for free. Not sure if this is a... No. So now we're going to have to fight things because I went in the wrong door. We're looking for this big soldier guy who's just blocking the flow of Mithril to the cities. And then once we get the Mithril, we're going to be able to make some powerful weapons with it in all rebel cities, which would be the city of Altair, Paloom, Poft, and eventually Finn when we liberate it. Spoilers. Okay, so just keep on fighting. Do another quick heal. And I think it's one of these doors. Yep, and here he is. So this is the boss of the dungeon. It's just another soldier. But he's got Mithril weapons and Mithril armor on, so he does quite a bit of damage. As you can see, he goes crit Minwu for 181. So we're going to attack. We're going to cast Blizzard. Attack. And cast Blink on everybody so that we can avoid damage from this guy. So Blink gives us all evasion if it hits. So we got full evasion on everybody. And then we're just going to keep attacking. And hopefully we can do any damage. 1 is better than nothing. So attack, magic, Blizzard. Attack, magic, protect. So we can take even less damage. Now we're probably going to run out of MP before we kill this guy. That's what seems to always be the case, but we have a backup plan just in case that happens. So we're going to cast Blizzard again. Keep punching things. Yeah, I'm pretty certain we're going to run out of MP first. Okay, so magic, Blizzard, attack, attack. Big old 47 crit. That's good. Okay, so now that we are officially out of magic, this fight would take way too long just hitting them one at a time. So we're just going to use the Fire Tome in combat just to speed it up. So that's going to use Fire level 7, I believe. Yep, Fire 8 on him, which should do quite a bit of damage. So 56, it's better than nothing. And then we just keep attacking. So we got nothing else to do. We can try casting Teleport. Now Teleport actually works on enemies where it will banish them to other dimensions if it works. But it does take, it has a very, very low chance to hit. And there we go. And that's the first boss down. So we get a good amount of increases from that. So HP, MP, Intelligence, Stamina, Magic, another HP, Blink level, Protect level, like lots and lots and lots of levels. So we're going to grab the Mithril out of the box here. And we don't need to be here anymore, so we're going to have Minwu teleport us out. Okay, so now that we have exited Semitt Falls with the Mithril, we're going to head back to Salamand and go talk to that man Joseph. So apparently Min was poisoned and I didn't realize it. So Minwu, you need to heal everybody. Okay. So we'll continue heading to the east. One of the cool things about this game, and kind of broken in my opinion, is that you can save anywhere in the world in this game, including inside of dungeons. So it makes dungeoning kind of trivial when you can save on every floor once you've come to it. And there's pretty quick resetting in this game with the old Squaresoft LR start trick. So, alright, now that we've reached the town of Salamand, we'll go inside and talk to Joseph, but we will do that in the next episode. So this is the end of the episode. If you liked what you saw here, just leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. My name's Joe, and this has been Beta Gaming. Thank you, and have a good day.